Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all well and dandy out there in Beatles world, YouTube land, members of the VC and people of the interweb. It's your old mate Beatle Dave calling to you from Derby in the UK. Do you like the t-shirt, by the way? Haas Formula One. Big British Grand Prix on today. So wouldn't it be nice to get one of these cars in the top 5 finish? Maybe even on the podium. I'd love to see Hulkenberg or Magnussen on one of those steps, but we can live in hope, folks, can't we? Right, today we're going to be looking at a record that I've received in the post this week, and it was a recommendation from another YouTuber stroke subscriber. So we will be going to that in a sec. But first and foremost, happy birthday. Happy 84th birthday to my old friend and the best drummer in the world, Ringo Starr. May you have lots more birthdays to come. So happy birthday, Ringo. I'm sure you'll be having a wonderful party or something somewhere with Bob and your kids and everybody. So yeah, so happy birthday, Ringo. That's the first thing out of the way. And the second thing I'm briefly going to mention is it's also the 60th anniversary, or coming up to the 60th anniversary of the release of the Beatles' A Hard Day's Night UK album. The American version came out on the 26th of June, I think, and the British version came out on the 10th of July, 1964. I'll just take this out of the sleeve so you can see it a little bit better. I'm sure you all know all the songs on this LP. This isn't one of the best copies I've got. It's just the first one I came across, by the way. So yeah, in the UK, this was the only ever Beatles album released during the lifetime of the band that consisted of solely John Lennon and Paul McCartney songs, no cover versions, and no George Harrison songs or Ringo Starr songs. In America, you got a slightly different version to this, didn't you? Because you had the songs from the hit, songs from the film, spread over two sides of a record with the incidental music and all that lot. This is side one is songs from the film, and side two is new Beatles recordings up to this date. This is a stereo pressing. I think it's a stereo one, isn't it? Yeah, and it's a later edition on a two-boxed EMI Parlophone silver and black label. Sounds pretty good. Bearing in mind this is from the 70s, this one. So if you get the stereo one from the, although this doesn't have stereo on it, which makes it quite rare, to be honest. Uh, at the time when that was released in stereo in the UK in 1964, a lot of people didn't actually like the mixes on it, but now it seems to be okay. Right, so what did we get in the post? If you've seen the thumbnail, you will already know, and it is this LP by David Bowie. It's like a goldy or silver effect picture of David there with his guitar, and it's called David Bowie Rock and Roll Star. I'm going to have to get my glasses on for this, so excuse me, folks. I can see you all. So this is like a taster. I think that's the right word to put it. A taster for the 6 CD and a Blu-ray box set, which is also called a Rock and Roll Star, where you get a hell of a lot more songs than what you do on this. This is just like a sampler for that box set. It came in the week because I was doing silly shifts at work. Today is actually the first time I've actually been able to play it. I'm very surprised actually how good this sounds. But when you think of some of these expensive box sets that have already been out, like the 5 years and things like that, I would have thought that most of these have already been released, but I don't think they have up until now. You might know different. I'm just going to tell you what I think of the songs and what it says on here. So it kicks off with Hang On To Yourself, which is an early Ziggy session take. It doesn't say what take, it just says early Ziggy sessions take. Then the second track is Star, take 5, and that's an alternative version. And that does sound a little bit weird. All these are alternative takes and versions to the songs that we love off the Ziggy Stardust album, though some of these didn't actually get onto Ziggy, which we'll go into in a bit. Then you've got Lady Stardust Take One. That's a fantastic version of that, in my opinion. Then you've got Shadow Man, Ziggy version. So what it says is Ziggy's session version. Now, to me, this sounds fantastic. Why this was never considered to be on that album or a B-side or something like that, I will never know. Like, you know, it's a fantastic version of the song. And then obviously later on, he did a version for the Toy LP, didn't he? Then you've got the Superman, which is a Ziggy session version, and that's a 2023 mix. Of course, the Superman was on The Man Who Sold the World, wasn't it? Good version, though. Really is a good version. And Mick Ronson's guitar and everything on this is absolutely fantastic. His guitar work on all of these is absolutely amazing, to be honest, as is the rest of the Spiders and David's voice and his guitar work and so on as well. Then you get Holy Holy, Ziggy's session version alternative mix, it says here. And then side one rounds off with Round and Round alternative mix. It doesn't say when that is actually from. Side two kicks off with Velvet Goldmine, Ziggy's Sessions Outtake 2022 mix. Now, to me, that sounds absolutely fantastic. Again, while that was never really on that album or released as a single or a B-side, I don't know. Really, really good, actually. Then you've got Looking for a Friend, Ziggy session version. Again, it doesn't say when that's from or, you know, what take it is. Then it's one called It's Going to Rain Again, which I didn't actually think I knew till I listened to it, but I do know it. Again, Ziggy's session outtake, it just says for that. Then there's one I'd never heard before, and this is a song called Sweet Head, Ziggy session outtake 2022 remix or 2022 mix. Again, that could have quite easily gone on to the Ziggy Stardust album. Again, that's just my opinion. Then you've got Starman. This is the Top of the Pops version, and it's a 2022 mix. I actually like this. I think the version that you can watch on YouTube of David and the Spiders doing Starman is absolutely fantastic. This is a slightly different mix, though. I think this is a slightly different mix. Fantastic, though. When I was listening to this earlier on, I was singing and dancing away in the front room while I was listening to it. Then you've got John I'm Only Dancing, alternate Trident studio version. Again, really, really nice song. And then it finishes off with I Can't Explain, Trident studio version. Right, I Can't Explain on here is not the same version that is on the Pinups album. This is basically a straight copy of The Who. And it sounds absolutely amazing, especially with, you know, Mick Ronson's guitar work. If you haven't got this LP and you can't afford to get the CD box set, which I was looking at today, and it is quite expensive. I think I paid about £26 for this, and it was free postage. This has come all the way from America. You know, so it's not bad, is it? This was actually a recommendation from Gav Axman Spins. So this one and the Slade album that we looked at last week are down to you, Gav. Good recommendations, though, mate, I must admit, and I'm extremely happy to have this in my collection. There was one similar one that was from Hunky Dory, sort of like version of this, weren't they? Or same sort of thing, where there's alternative takes, but that was more or less all the songs off that album. So yeah, fantastic if you can pick this up. It's well worth the money. I was looking at the record store day one that David Bowie released, which is called Waiting in the Sky, and that is going for absolutely stupid money. I don't know why. Again, it's just like alternate takes like this is. But yeah, I would highly recommend this if you are into your David Bowie or you like Mick Ronson or the other members of Spiders from Mars. I would say this is a must-have if you can't afford the CD box set. I might wait to see if that CD box set goes down, you know, in a few months or something. So it's David Bowie, vocals, guitar and saxophone, Mick Ronson, guitar, piano and vocals, Trevor Boulder, bass and Mick Woodmansey, drums. Produced by David Bowie and Ken Scott, except I Can't Explain, which is just produced by David Bowie. Arrangements by David Bowie and Mick Ronson, mixed by Ken Scott. So yeah, a really, really nice album. Came in this black anti-static sleeve, and again they've done it to look like it's a RCA label, but it's not. So that is side one, grey label, and side two. So once again, thanks Gav Axeman Spins for your recommendation. Yeah, I'm glad I've been watching your videos, mate, to be honest, because there's two there that I didn't really even know about. This and the Slade one, both fantastic LPs, by the way. I will just say I'm not endorsed by eBay or the record companies that this and the Slade one were issued by. I'm just doing you my little review of it. Before I played this, by the way, I don't know if you can remember, but a few months ago I actually bought this, and it's like a ray gun thing that you're supposed to be able to point, and you press the trigger 3 times. It's supposed to get rid of the anti-static. And I took that David Bowie one out of the inner sleeve this morning. I could feel the static. So I did what it says on here, and it did work. I don't know if it's always going to work, but it did work. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've enjoyed my little happy birthday to Ringo and my review of this LP once again. Rock and Roll Star. You can pick it up off eBay and other internet sites. And if you've got a good record shop, you might even be able to get it from there near you, obviously. So yeah, very, very delighted to add this to my David Bowie collection, my evergreen David Bowie collection. I think I might have to do a part 8 to our mini-series from last year. Right, now, I don't want to make this too long because I want to go and watch the Formula 1 race. Some quick Beatle Dave's twist and shout outs. So the first one is going to go to Gav Axeman Spins for recommending that David Bowie album and the Slade album. So here's your twist. Woo! And your shout out to Gav Axeman Spins. Now he has got his own YouTube channel, so if you haven't already, please check him out. And if you like it, leave me a like and subscribe. And if you know, you can say Beatle Dave's recommended you to go over to him or whatever. A very, very interesting channel. It does a bit of everything, to be honest. It's got quite a few nice records as well. The next twist and shout out is going to go to Mr. Ellie Records. So here's your twist. Whee! And your shout out to Mr. Ellie Records. If you don't know who Mr. Ellie Records is, he lives in Israel and he's been collecting Beatles records and memorabilia and things like that for years and years and years and years and years. He does collect other things as well, but it's just mainly Beatles. He has got some absolutely holy grails. Just go on his channel, just check him out, and I'm sure you will like and subscribe. I virtually guarantee it. And if you look on some of his older videos and see some of the videos that he's made from years ago, because I think he's been on YouTube for about 10 years. And like I say, he has got some really, really holy grails, or what I'd consider holy grails. Gold and black stereo, please, please me, parlophone. Yeah, see, I remember, mate. And obviously, Mr. Ellie did come and see me, and so a few, not last month, and a month before, he actually gave me this letter. He gave me a couple of records and he gave me this letter. So I've actually framed this letter just to like show how much my friendship for this chap is and how much, you know, he means to me. He's an inspiration in a lot of ways to me. Very, very knowledgeable gentleman. Just hope that things over there get sorted out very, very soon. So that's 2. The next one is going to be to a subscriber, Terry Man, who lives somewhere in Derby, I think. We will meet up one day, mate. So here's your twist. Whee! And your shout out to Terry Man. Like I say, as a subscriber, he always gives me positive comments and positive feedback, and has been a subscriber of the channel basically from when I started. Then the next one's going to be for Toby Jackman. So here's your twist. And you shout out to Toby Jackman. I hope everything's okay with you, mate. Again, Toby's got a YouTube channel. He buys things from like car boots off internet sites and auction houses and things like that. Basically takes out what he wants and then he sells the rest, which is how I started my collection when I got back into LPs. The reason I say everything's okay, mate, because I haven't heard anything from you for a few weeks. So I just hope that things are okay. Check his channel out there. Again, he does find some really wicked records, to be honest. Then there's my old mate Beatle Brad. Well, if you're anything to do with the vinyl community or the Beatles, you probably will have already heard of Beatle Brad. So here's your twist, and you shout out to my Beatles brother, Beatle Brad. And the funny thing about me and Brad is we've only actually known each other through YouTube for about 2 years, but it is like we are brothers or best mates. Even though we've never met one another in real life, it's like we know each other and we know each other that well, sort of thing. And he always asks how Susie is and things like that. And I always look at how he is and his missus and he's got a dog. I've got 2 cats. So yeah, just check out if you haven't already checked Beatle Bed out, just check him out. Fantastic channel. And to be honest, he should be on a hell of a lot more subscribers than he is. Very entertaining channel. So everything's okay with you, Beatle Brad. See, I'm doing things professionally today. I've made some notes. I'm not just doing it all off the top of my head. Then the next one is a little Beatles corner. This is a first generation American Beatles fan. She's not got many videos. She's still sort of like learning, but some of the things she shows you and tells you as a first generation Beatles fan are good. Check the channel out. So here's your twist. Whee! And your shout out to a little Beatles corner. Just check some of these channels out. I'm sure if you check them out, you will like them. Leave them a like, and you probably will subscribe. I hope you subscribe to them anyway. The next one is, God, there's a lot today, ain't they? Is my old mate Beatle Tone's Beatles channel. Beatle Tone, I've got to admit something to you now. Your review of the John Lennon Mind Games CD deluxe box set. I haven't watched it all the way through yet, mate. I've been like watching it, 20 minutes here and 20 minutes there. So I can't comment on that till I've seen it right to the end. But I know you have gone into a really good review. I think yours is the best one I've seen so far, up to what I've seen. And you can tell the passion and everything that you feel for this box set. Yes, I know somebody did send it, yeah, but you are like me. You will give a genuine review, won't you? You won't just say it's good because somebody sent it. If you think there's something wrong with it, that you are going to say it. So here's your twist and your shout out to Beatle Tone's Beatles channel. And the only reason I mentioned that about you being sent it, mate, is because I know there's been quite a bit of controversy, especially over in America with the vinyl community and things. People saying, well, if the Lennon estate have sent these box sets to people, they're gonna just basically say they're brilliant. And me and Mr. Mayo did say something on a video about it being sent something, and he was just going to say, if you liked it, you liked it, and if you didn't like it, you didn't like it. Which is, I mean, this is how things have always been done. In the old days, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and people like that would send their latest product, i.e., singles or LPs, to radio stations to promote them, didn't they? So nowadays, they're sending it to YouTubers like you and Mr. Mayo and other certain people. I've got no problem with it because the ones I've watched so far, bearing in mind I haven't seen yours all the way through yet, Tone. So I hope I'm saying this right, and I haven't said it to upset you or anything, but I know you will give it a genuine review. So here's your twist, and your shout out to Beatle Tone's Beatles channel. So if you're not familiar with Beatle Tone's Beatles channel, which I'm sure most of you that watch my channel are, please check him out and please leave him a like. And if you want to subscribe, please do. Again, if you want to subscribe and say, well, I found you through Beatle Dave, I'm happy with you to say that. He's a fantastic bloke. He's got a great sense of humour. He's got some fantastic records, and our history, how we started collecting records and things we used to listen to before we got into the Beatles, is very, very similar. Although I think you are slightly older than me. I'm not calling you old, by the way. I think you are slightly older than me. But yeah, it's a fantastic channel again. I love you to bits, mate. And like I say, so far, what I've seen of your review of the Mind Games box set is absolutely excellent. But I haven't seen it all the way through to the end. uh, so yeah, and I know you will give it a really, really good review. And if you don't like something, I don't think you're going to be afraid to say you don't like it. And the last Beatle Dave's twist and shout outs goes to my missus Susie Sue. So here's your twist and your shout out to Susie Sue, whose birthday it is today. She actually shares her birthday with Ringo Starr, although she's not as old as Ringo, obviously. You know, so I love her to bits. I don't know what I'd do without her. She what's the word, helps me with my channel. She gives me encouragement and things, and when I felt low and things like that, you know, she's saying, Dave, carry on, people like what you're doing and things like that. So happy birthday to Susie Sue. Happy birthday to Ringo. I'm not going to drink this. It's not what it looks like, actually. It's non-alcoholic lager, and it doesn't really taste very nice. So that's going to be it. If you're not subscribed, by the way, just think about subscribing. It is free. It doesn't cost a penny, and it takes a second for you to just hit that subscription button. And if you want to hit the bell for notifications, that is entirely down to you. Please like and subscribe, like it says up there. The more subscribers we get, doesn't just help me, it helps other people who have channels like me, because obviously if you just go on and watch mine, then like after this there could be a thing for Beatle Tone or Beatle Brad or Rachel's Ghost or something like that, so it helps everybody, which I'm very, very happy about. And this is how I got some more subscribers, by people watching other people's videos, and then one of my videos comes on after it. So that's going to be it. I hope you're doing well out there. I'm going to go and watch the British Grand Prix in a bit, and hopefully one of these will have a decent race. I feel sorry for Kevin Magnussen, because it sounds like he might not have a seat in Formula One after this season. Hulkenberg signed to Audi, hasn't he, for next year, or what's going to become Audi. But yeah, I just love my Formula One. I've got two main passions in life. One is collecting the Beatles and records, and the other is Formula One. And I've been a Formula One fan since 1990, properly. I used to watch it when I was a kid with my dad, but in the UK, you never used to get Formula One live. It was always like a highlight show, and it was on late at night on a Sunday night at like 11 o'clock or something like that. I think you got the odd one live, but most of it was like just highlights. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember, a splendid time is guaranteed for all, so I hope you have enjoyed this video. It's only a bit of fun, don't take me too serious. And you are the beat of Beatle Dave. Without you, this channel, you know, wouldn't be anywhere near as big as what it is now. And just remember, folks, just remember, we buy records because we love them and we cherish them, don't we? And we play them. But after you've played them for so long, you do have to clean them, which can be a ball ache. And again, I'm not endorsed by these people, but if you've cleaned them, then if you get one of these, so far what I've done with even the records I've cleaned, when I'm playing them, I'll just give it a quick blast with this, and it does seem to work. It seems to keep the static down. It doesn't get rid of it all, because obviously once you put it on your turntable, that makes the record static again anyway, but it does seem to work so far. You know, that is just what I've found out by doing it, and I've only used it a few times, to be honest. So yeah, check out this album, and just remember, Beatle Dave loves you all. And it's Sunday, and Sunday wouldn't seem right without a little bit of Beatle Dave, apart from the days he has to work on Sundays. So until the next time, it's wishing you all peace, love, happiness. Remember, Beatle Dave loves you all. Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye.